Hello, in this video we will discuss about the abnormal development in the human beings. So first of all, let's begin to understand about the introduction. So the unfavorable condition, some parts of the body shows abnormal development. For example, eyes, arms, heart, as well as brain, or some other part of the body, which that is due to some reason we will discuss here now. So the important thing is that the abnormal development is occur through the external environment or internal environment of the body. So here I am drawing the two male and female individuals, which that is the same species produce the gametes. So that gametogenesis through meiosis from male and female meiosis to produce sperm, haploid and egg from the female haploid that will fertilize together during the mating time to produce zygote. After the production of zygote, that is, the zygote will develop into the embryo, and embryo will develop into the fetus. After the cleavage formation to morula, blastula, and blastocyst to become a gastrula, and the embryo become a fetus. So in this way, here is the inside of the woman, the pregnant female, which that is affected by the UV radiation, is the external X-ray, ultrasound, which that is the external environment. And on the other hand, the inside, the parental care, which that means the parental history of disease or something. And on the other hand, here is the basically the gestational diabetes or other things, and drug abuse through lady, a pregnant female, and food, which that is the malnutritional food, and nuclear reactor also. And here is the parental effect of to the individual, to the embryo. So that's all thing is known as the causing the toxins as well as other substance is known as collectively teratogens. And the study is known as the teratology, and the abnormal growth stimulator environmental factors also. So here is, let's begin to understand after the meiosis the defective genes can be formed, or the abnormal number of the chromosome and the parents DNA methylation epigenetic change will lead to affect the children, or environment will affect to the individual also during their lifestyle, during their lifetime. So here is that during the development is produced, and if severe case of abnormality in the fetus, so the abnormal fetus cells die or proliferate to become a cancerous cell or any other things, and abortion will be occur, a miscarriage. And in this way, here is the birth. After the birth can be complication occur, the incomplete organogenesis incomplete, and the malformed will be occur. And this malform can be microcephaly, fingers number will be different. For example, 6 fingers, abnormal hand, and thyroid absence, abnormal metabolism will be occur, and edema and swelling due to the insufficient circulation, the body fluid retention due to abnormal lymph circulation. So in this way, here is the heart septum open and the blue babies because oxygen and carbon dioxide not separated completely and mixed together to become a deoxygenated blood remain inside of the body of the individual will lead to blue babies after the birth. That is the complication after the birth. While the risk factor which that we will discuss, so the aging of female, smoking of female, and alcoholism, drug abusiveness, and malnutrition. On the other hand, the obesity and medication, the gestational diabetes, and on the other hand, the mother diabetes in mother, diabetic mother, and family history and health issue in female. So this was the risk factor which that will lead to cause the abnormal growth of the zygote into the embryo and fetus. So that organogenesis will not complete because the DNA also damage of the female or father which that is also the abnormal number of the chromosome in the sperm during the fertilization. So the abnormal development will be occur due to the incomplete number of chromosome. So in this way here, let's begin to understand the somatic cell. The somatic cell means the whole body during their life. So the somatic cell is a body cell which can be dividable. So in this way here is I am drawing the nucleus for a understanding with the chromosome. So here is the chromosome and here is the 8 subunit of the histone protein with 4 type is known as the nucleosome when wrapping around the DNA with the histone protein. And this DNA can be damaged during their life after the birth due to the smoking, medication, alcohol, UV radiation and X-ray. These all things will lead to effect in the epigenetic also, as well as the DNA mutation will lead to cause cancer. And on the other hand, if we will discuss about the epigenetic mutation, so we will also understand about the epigenetics. So this is the DNA. An epigenetic mutation will cause the due to the maternal, paternal and fetal changes due to the methylation pattern. And in this way the drugs, medications and radiation, aging, stress due to physical and physiological, which that will lead to cause the DNA damage and DNA silence, a gene silence due to the methylation. And acylation will lead to express the DNA which that is on the basis of requirement. And the gene mutation also lead to metabolic defect and enzyme deficiency, growth stunt and obesity or weight loss and autoimmune disorder. So let's begin to understand the abnormality on sex chromosome. So the sex chromosome means the X and Y chromosome, which that is lead to cause the syndrome, while the autosomal abnormality also lead to syndrome. But let's begin to understand the syndrome in the sex chromosome. So the XY missing or extra lead to syndrome, which that is known as the Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome, while the Down syndrome is the basically 3 copies of 21 chromosome autosomal chromosome. So the Down syndrome is separate. So the Klinefelter syndrome means the XXY it is known as the trisomy, and this trisomy will lead to abnormal growth and the non-social behavior of the person and abnormal structure, while the Turner syndrome will lead to not Y chromosome, so that is why XO, and in this way also the abnormality, while the Down syndrome is a 3 copy of 21 chromosome and trisomy is known as, and their structure can be this type, and in this way the growth will not complete, etc., etc., and there are many complications and they cannot survive as a normal person because the fitness is zero and they cannot reproduce again. And dominant recessive gene we will discuss. So this is a heterozygosity and homozygosity. The heterozygous mean the allele can be dominant or recessive, but in this way here is the it can be normal, but the further generation can be abnormal. While the homozygal will recessive with the two alleles, both allele recessive, so the abnormality, for example, the hemophilia or something, some other disease. So on the other hand, let's begin to understand what is the epigenetic and what is their role. So here is the CpG methylation will lead to suppress or express the promoter region for oncogene expression, and the histone modification will lead to express the unwanted gene and that lead to cause cancer, and promoter or suppressor gene mutation methylation, and the chromosome here and here this is the histone protein and CpG island will be suppressed. So the promoter region for the suppressing of the oncogene will be not expressed due to the methylation to lead oncogene expression will lead to cause cancer. So this all thing is about the abnormal development. I hope you like this video. Please make sure to subscribe, like and share. Ask the question for answer and comment below. Bye.